Hey, it's Tony here at Smart Toyota. Today's vehicle video, this brand new 2021 Toyota Corolla Hatchback. This is the XSE trim, top of the line. Let's dive in and check it out. So beginning up front on the XSE, really great front end, the large grille down below with the brushed aluminum trim around the outer edge of that grille, and then gloss black up here surrounding the Toyota emblem. Your headlight and fog light package, all LEDs, so LED turn signals, high beams, daytime running lights, and then also LED fog lights down here on the lower fascia. A really great sleek front end. Those J-curved headlights look awesome. Sporty, dare I say, for a Corolla. Now this one is windshield pearl is the color, so that's an extra charge color, $425. A lot of great safety features up front on the Corolla, including lane departure, pre-collision, road sign detection, dynamic radar cruise control. There's a sensor right there in the center of the windshield that monitors all of those things and gives you the top of the line safety features in the Corolla Hatchback. So here at the side of the XSE edition, a couple things to point out that make it unique. First of all, these large 18-inch aluminum wheels with a 40 series low profile tire. The wheels themselves, they're kind of a gunmetal gray painted insert with a brushed aluminum trim. We've got a sport tuned suspension up front, MacPherson struts, four-wheel disc brakes. Up front you get ventilated disc brakes. At the rear there are solid disc brake, anti-lock brakes, of course, traction control. So all of those great safety features again. The outside mirrors painted colored to match. Notice we have LED turn signals. These mirrors do fold in and they also break away. And then we do have blind spot monitoring here in the mirror as well. The trim up and around the window is a matte black finish, including the B pillar here, which gives it a nice strong contrast. Door handles are painted colored to match. We do have the smart keyless entry system, so you just have to have your keys in your pocket or handbag. Down here on the bottom, the rocker panels have that matte black scratch resistant plastic trim. Nice contrast across the bottom. We do have a multi-link rear suspension, which, as I mentioned before, we also have four-wheel disc brakes. Now these are a solid disc brake in the back. Gas doors here on the driver's side. Notice up top we've got that really great shark fin antenna painted color to match. High mounted high mounted rear spoiler. And then notice our tail lights, they swing around the back as well, and those are going to be LED tail lights, so real great visibility for your headlights and your tail lights from the side profile. So here at the back of the hatchback, I turned off the studio lights so you can see the LED tail lights. They'll go all off here real quick, but I just want to give you a quick glance at them. Love the sleek profile. I love the red color. You've got side marker lights here, give you some added visibility, but the style of those LED tail lights looks awesome on here. Let me know in the comments if you like them, like what you see. Let me go ahead and just turn back on the studio lights here. Take a look at the rest of the rear of the car. So it is a hatchback, and that's going to give you the rear washer wiper and the rear window defrost. We've got a third brake light up here. That's an LED style brake light, and there's your tail lights once again. Now this one does have the black out package, so you do get the XSE in black. You get this applique for the bumper cover, black here and black on the Corolla as well. Gives it a nice contrast, really great sporty look. The lower part of the bumper is piano black or gloss black, similar to the badge package, but this is standard where the badges cost extra. And then we do have a painted lower section with these chrome diffusers here. Those are not your exhaust system. It's designed to look like the exhaust, but it's not. There's actually a single muffler up underneath there. Don't know if you can see it or not. And then down here on this part, these are actually reflectors right there. Those are not actual lights, but a really great look across the back. It is a hatchback, so you can pop this open and dive inside. We'll go ahead and do that here and check out the inside of the trunk here shortly. Okay, diving into the trunk. The great thing about a hatchback is it opens really, really wide, has a nice low lift over height. You can actually sit down on the back to switch out your ski boots if you need to sit down. The hatch itself is a little on the smaller side. Probably enough room in there for a couple overnight bags. I think you could fit golf clubs, not sure, across the back here. Maybe one set. Or of course you can fold down the rear seats. The cargo cover is standard. This is removable, and you can lower it down like that. This is not for heavy items, so it's going to be lightweight items on the cargo cover itself. You do have a temporary spare tire, no fix-a-flat, so the spare tire's down underneath here. You can see there's room under there for emergency equipment like jumper cables. There's your toolkit and your brakes, or I'm sorry, and your jack. And then this all slides back down underneath there. There's a little bit of storage over on the side there, and also down in here, some additional storage. And then those back seats fold down. You can reach them from here, but it's not all that easy. So you can push them down like that. But you do need to have the front seat all the way forward in order for that to fall down. And then once that's done, you've got 60%, 40%. And then there are some tie down hooks in the back here if you need to tie down your cargo. So there is some nice versatility with the hatchback. Okay, heading into the passenger side here on the door, there's soft tech fabric here. Love the contrast stitching. This is largely black, but there is some gloss black trim here and also up on here with brushed aluminum door handle, bottle holders down here in the doors, and then speakers in the lower part of the doors. The passenger seat is not power. It does slide back, and it also has a recliner. Now these are leather seats, leather trim seats, so leather here with this contrast stitching, and then fabric in the center gives it a nice sporty look. I like the fabric in the center because that keeps you in your seat when you're going through the corners fast. You won't slide around like typically you would do with leather seats. Up on the visors here up top, we do have lighted vanity mirrors on both sides. We also have passenger assist grips right here, make it easy to get in and out. The dashboard is padded, and it does have that contrast stitching. We do have side airbags, and then here's a look at your glove box with owner's manuals. And then there's a USB port right up underneath here, which is really odd placement, but that's the only USB port in the cockpit. Otherwise, there's one under the armrest as well. We'll take a look at that. Okay, in the back seat, on the doors in the back seat, this is that piano black trim or gloss trim, and then there's a cup holder right here in the doors. There's also cup holders in the center armrest with the silver door handle. Now I've got the back seat folded down, so this is 60%, and there are anchors here, child-proof or child car seat anchors. These seats can be brought up like so. Very similar seat to what we saw up front. And then we do have a folding armrest with dual cup holders. There's 3 seat belts back here, but honestly, I don't think you're going to fit 3 adults. Legroom is somewhat limited. There are pockets on the backs of these seats. There's a storage cubby right here, but there's no USB charging ports, so no place to plug in your phone. Kind of odd, seems like a simple thing that Toyota should have on every car. There is an overhead light up here, and then passenger assist grips right here with laundry or dry cleaning hooks as well. Okay, let's jump in the driver's side here. Take a look at the interior. Here on the driver's door, there's similar to what we see on the passenger doors with the black trim, the gloss black trim here. We have power windows, one touch up and down all the way around, power door locks, power mirrors, silver door handle, a bottle holder down here in the door, and then a speaker in the door as well with that white contrast stitching. Looks really nice. Take a look at our driver's seat. So these are a sport bucket seat, leather trimmed with a cloth insert, adjustable headrest. This is black leather with that white contrast stitching, height adjustable headrest and height adjustable seat belts, side airbags up front. The driver's seat is full power with the power recliner and power lumbar support. On the lower part of the dash over here, there's just two switches. One is the dimmer switch for the dash lights, the other one's the automatic high beam on and off switch. And then we'd also have a tilt steering wheel, which is telescoping, and that's the control for that. Oh. Okay, behind the wheel, it's that 3-spoke Toyota steering wheel, leather wrapped, padded. On the right side, controls for cruise control. Also dynamic radar cruise control, lane departure controls, radio station settings. Then on this side, controls for the information center, which is up in your gauge cluster, and then sound system controls, so volume, Bluetooth connectivity, and voice activation right here on the steering wheel. Over on this side are the controls for the front washer and the front wipers, with both of them have intermittent settings. There's paddle shifters, so there's one right down here for shifting up, and then over on this side is the downshifting paddle shifter. Headlight controls, we have automatic headlights, automatic high beams, and then of course LED fog lights right there on this stalk. Let's take a look at our gauge cluster. So the XLE has a premium gauge cluster, different than what you'd see on the SE or the lower trims. So to start it up, does have the smart keyless entry system, so you've got push button start right here, and of course a keyless remote. So let's go ahead and start it up. Really great looking gauge cluster. So a couple things, tachometer on this side, you can see that beautiful blue display, and then on the other side is where we have our fuel gauge and our temperature gauge. But right in the center is a 7-inch display, and that's where we've got our speedometer, our outside temperature. You can see there's a digital clock up here, and then if we want to toggle through our settings, we use the fingertip controls right here, and we can go ahead and move through and set up our safety sense settings, and we can also move through and look at our fuel trip computer. You can only get this gauge cluster on the XSE edition. I think it looks really, really great on this car. Taking a look over at our center stack. So this is your standard sound system for the XSE, not the JBL audio system. But it does have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Alexa compatible, Sirius satellite radio. So you get 3 months of the premium subscription with that. You can also connect your smartphone to this if you want to use the navigation system. It does not have a navigation system, but you can always connect your smartphone or your iPhone or Android or what have you. The center stack here does have automatic heating and air conditioning for both front driver and front passenger, rear window defrost, and then we also have heated outside mirrors. So this switch right here will get the ice and snow off your outside mirrors. Turn that down a little bit. Down here we've got a little bit of a storage cubby. Okay, there's no wireless charging in here, but these are your heated seat controls right here. So you've got 2 temperature heated seat controls only for the front seats. This does have a CVT automatic transmission. The shifter is leather wrapped. In front of the shifter, we've got sport mode and your traction control on and off. And then I want to show you the backup camera. So there's your backup camera, but it doesn't have path projection, so it doesn't actually turn or show you the direction of your wheels as you back up. Just a warning light and a grid there. Down here we've got electronic parking brake hold, more of that piano black trim running all the way up the center console. Dual cup holders. And then under the armrest, it's a pretty small armrest, room really only for one arm. It does have that contrast stitching. And then it's a very small storage compartment, but there are 2 chargers here. So a 12 volt and a 2.1 amp right here as well. Unfortunately, these ones are not backlit, so you cannot see them at night. Newer other Toyotas are actually backlit. Here's a quick look at the passenger side of the car. Okay, take a look under the hood. There's one engine available on the Corolla Hatchback, and that's going to be Toyota's 2-liter 4-cylinder gasoline engine, 16-valve engine with variable valve timing, and it's connected to a CVT automatic transmission. 168 horsepower out of this little engine, and it does a fantastic job. Combined fuel economy, city and highway, 33 miles per gallon. The engine and the transmission have a 5-year, 60,000 mile warranty, and then you do get Toyota Care, which is going to cover your basic maintenance. So your oil changes, your fluid top-offs, tire rotations, all of those things are covered for the first 2 years, 25,000 miles. And then the vehicle itself has a 3-year, 36,000 mile limited warranty designed to cover manufacturer defects. Okay, that's our 2021 Toyota Corolla Hatchback XSE edition. Windshield pearl is the color on this one. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you're interested in this car, give us a call and take it for a spin. This is Tony at Smart Toyota.